Alright, how's it going, everybody? This is Ismortah, and we made it to Friday. And this evening, during my 7 p.m. Central, in this case, board game stream, I'm going to be showing you some, as you see, mobile live, some more Star Wars Legion. Now, you might remember in a previous stream, I had shown you some of these guys in the box when I did my unboxing. And today I'm going to be showing you the models that I finally put together for them. Before I showed you what was in the box and all the cards and stuff, now it's like, what are all the assembled miniatures look like? My latest sweep of characters that I put together, plus Bunker. Be sure, and also if you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe here on twitch.tv/Ismortah. So by no means I expect this stream to be long. I just want to show you all the goodies and get you some really close in great shots of these characters if you're on the fence, either buying them or if you want to see what they look like, and or to show you actually the unique versions that you can make of some of these models as well. In particular, the Wookiee Warriors. The 2021 edition, the new one. So yeah, no, that is the plan. So let's jump into it. So what I got here again is, I'll do multiple shots, is I have everything that I had streamed last time minus the Bunker. I have in the back here Luke Skywalker, then I have Royal Guard, Emperor Palpatine, and then my Wookiee Warriors here. And here we got the Imperial Bunker. So I'll do the Imperial Bunker last because that's New Beast, and I got some different layers I can show you for that. So we'll start with the dudes. So start with guys in the front because that has the most complexity. I say that because the models in the back, they just, it's from an older sets, and at that time there was really just like one build for it. Like think of like Crisis Protocol or something. They're just one model for it and you put it together. But for the Wookiee Warriors, and like I saw a lot of the newer sets, especially like for the Clone Wars, like think of like ARC Troopers, for example, there are not only multiple types of units, but also multiple different poses and weapons you can put on them. So there's a lot of different combinations you can make. And so that's what I did. So for the Wookiees here in the front, I have some that are straight out of the assembly guide on how to make. But then a couple of these, I kind of did my own spin-off of some of the versions I saw online, and also what I wanted to do, that I was just experimenting. Let's show you what I got here. So on the left here, I have a Wookiee Warrior. Actually, before I get to that, you'll notice when you look at all my Wookiee Warriors, is they all have multiple weapons, you'll notice. All of them have weapons that they're holding and also weapons on their backs. So the reason why I did that is because just historically, whenever I get models, I only get one set. So I didn't want to have to get multiple models of Wookiee Warriors to just field what I wanted to field. What I mean by that is you get multiple cards of just the base dudes. They can either have them be melee focused or ranged. In addition to, obviously, special units you can add for heavy weapons. But just the core Special Forces squads can either be melee or ranged, depending on what card you use. And I was like, well, you know what? I kind of like both. And I want to be able to switch off whenever I play, that I can use the same models and do one card or the other. And so that's what I did. I made sure each of these models had a melee weapon and also a carbine. That way, I could field one card or the other for funsies. And it's like they're just choosing what they're fighting with. And I also have, as you see, some heavy weapons units as well, being the bowcasters and the shield. Okay, so that's the overview. So I'll show you what I got for each of these. So this is a Wookiee holding one of the carbines. And then on the back, he's got a couple of the Rajik blades, the sword version. Then this one is one of the shield bearers. What's interesting on the card is you can have alternate between mobile mode, or I call it bulwark mode. That if you're still, you could stop damage like light cover, but if you're mobile, you don't have cover, but if you're in bulwark mode, you also move slower, sort of thing. So I just thought it was cool. I don't know necessarily if I would field this all the time and take it as a special force, but it's a cool option that if you're just at range, you can make your guys dig in better. Or if you're getting close, he could smack someone with his shield, which actually does more damage than one of these blades, actually. It's 2 red dice. And on the back, he's got a carbine, so if he's with his dudes shooting at range, thematically, he can do so. This guy, one of my faves, just because just the style of the pose. The original pose for this guy is him with wide arms holding 2 blades. His other arm is actually what this guy's doing with his blade. But I just like it because it just showed just mix it up. Because that way he's got one arm that's kind of like his blade, but it's kind of like a shield, and his other arm he can swing long. Whereas, like, if he gets in close, he can quickly use his left arm to cut someone's throat. I thought it was a cool combination, and this is the one combination that I saw before online, and it just looked really fucking good. And then, of course, you know, he's got dreads, which is you don't see typically on Wookiees or classically, so I thought that was really cool. And then his carbine, I just had to get interesting on how to get it on his back in case I wanted to use that instead. And so I just put it on his back between his dreads. But it works. So he's got options. Next up, the head. This is actually one of the leader units. You could tell because you see, I guess he's standing on a rock. I mean, typically leader units, they would have what the core weapon and also a secondary weapon or pointed forward or some shit. So this guy, you know, see, just kind of like pointing with one of his Rajik blades, but he's got his carbine in the other hand, so he can one-hand it because he's cool like that. Nothing on his back, just because I figured he could put the blade on his back. But what's cool about this guy is he's got multiple like ponytails in the front and the back, so it's a pretty unique look as well. Here you have the classic, I call Chewbacca look. And to be honest, before I get my Chewbacca model, I can just say this is Chewbacca, because I have Chewbacca cards from when you got Grandmaster Yoda. But, you know, he's got the bowcaster. He's kind of got the same head as Chewbacca, even though, you know, his harness looks a little different. And then he's got a couple of the, I call them the shield, the smaller blades that are curved that go along your arm, like this dude. On his back, they can pull out. But this is, and this guy, what's cool is I can field him as either a bowcaster unit or as a chieftain. And that's why I made 2 of these guys. That way, if I wanted to have one heavy weapons guy and another one being the chieftain, I could field him as a commander, which is pretty cool. So then I can have multiple bowcasters. Just because the chieftain is, honest to God, one of the best commanders I own. And I'm just like, it'd be a crime to not have the ability to field him as a commander. Because even if I got Chewbacca, I could field Chewbacca and him together, which would be kind of fun with Wookiees. However they sound. And the last one here was sort of my own creation. I mean, all these are my own creations with putting stuff on their backs. And I haven't seen one with this version of holding the shield before too. That I kind of concocted because I just thought it made more sense. He was running at you with the shield to hit you with it, whereas you'd be running strafing with a gun, not really with a shield, considering it's so small. The effectiveness of the shield is really only if you're being directly behind it, pointed toward the enemy. If you're running with the shield, look how much exposure it is. It's bullshit. But if you're running at somebody and then hold it straight vertically, like it's my pinky, see, he can totally be behind cover, 100%. Anyway, so this guy is another version of the same bowcaster, same theme. He's got a bowcaster. He's got the same type of Rajik blades on the back. But he's got a different pose and a different headpiece. Just so if they're near each other, you can tell them apart as well. But they're also similar. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right. Spent a little too much time that one on the Wookiees, but, you know, the Wookiees got a lot going on. And I'll show some more shots at the end of this, too, so you can see different angles. But no, these are pretty good shots. The camera does justice. All right. Now, let me show you what's up in Nacris. Show you the dudes in the back. So we'll start with I was gonna say weak Luke. Really, Anakin was the weak one. So this is Luke Skywalker. This is the version from episodes 6 that he's wearing. And really the main reason why I got this dude is just so I had someone in the opposite faction to fight Palpatine. Palpatine's really one I wanted to do when I start bringing in the new factions, the Rebels and the Galactic Empire. But it's a pretty cool model. Again, there's only one way of how to make them. You didn't get like extra pieces or anything. But I always keep extra pieces on all of my models I don't use anyway, just in case I want to zombify or Voltron a unit together using a bunch of pieces I can. But it's a pretty cool model. Looks like it's about to take a baseball swing at a Sith's head. Alright, so now we got the Royal Guard. Yeah, we got some Palpatine, you know it, right here. And of course, when I got Palpatine, you had to get his Royal Guard. I didn't get them really because I knew what they did. I know when I saw a couple streams before that there was some advantage to using Royal Guard, but I didn't know what the fuck it was. I figured it was something defensive. But I'm more just guns because they look fucking cool. And so I was like, you run around Palpatine, might as well bring his guard. So, whereas Luke can run around with the Wookiees. Was that it? And they can fight in the bunker. Which is kind of cool because they got all these enclosed weapons. I can even do like a smaller version of Armada and just have people Armada, Legion, and just say fight for the bunker or some shit. So, what's up, Zara Kitten? No, yeah, I'm definitely interested in painting these. I haven't decided yet how, when, or why, but that is definitely the next evolution of all these miniatures is to get them painted because that would be fucking cool. For sure. No, I'll definitely hit you up if I want to get some of these painted. So here's the Royal Guard. So what you see for Royal Guard is, again, you have just like let me go back a second. Like for the Wookiees, it's a unit of 3, but then you can add special forces. And then you can add a chieftain. So that's why I have 6, just so you know. So because I have 3 of the special forces, 2 heavy units. I'm sorry. Special force, the leader of the special force. This is a heavy unit you can add on to the force. This is a heavy unit you can add on, and then this is the chieftain. If you're just running one bowcaster, you can choose which model you want to use for the heavy unit, or choose which one you want to be a chieftain, blah, whatever. So that's the same thing here. So here you have a squad of 3, actually, Royal Guard, but then you can add 1 heavy unit. So for the Royal Guard, they all have pikes. That's kind of like, think of like a baton with that's electric at one end. And so that's what these weapons are you see here. So you got a pike, different versions of holding pikes. And then the leader here, you see, has a pike with a gun. So just so you know which one is the leader. But all of them, it's assumed tucked in the robe is also one of those little blasters as well. So they have a range 1 to 2 attack as well as enclosed. They can use their pikes. But then for the heavy units, you can add one of these dudes. And this is classically what you think of when you think of the Royal Guard, which is the electric staff. That's kind of like a pike, 2 pikes put together. It's as long as a staff. And it's got these huge electric ends on both sides. So that's the heavy unit for the squad. And then, of course, here you have Emperor Palpatine. They need Rey. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Atomic Masses can eventually do... I don't see why not. Episodes 7, 8, and 9 miniatures. Because they haven't gone that route yet, but definitely if they did, that'd be one of the first ones, obviously. Because she's, if not the main character in the entire arc. For sure. I mean, it's pretty new. The newest faction they added was Clone Wars. And the fact that, now there's so much other stuff that's come out since then, being, episodes 7, 8, and 9, the different spin-offs like Mandalorian, and the other ones coming out like, there was a new one that coming out that was just announced. like Rogue One. So there's like a lot of content. Actually, I believe they've already done some Rogue One stuff, if I recall. Because I know they had like Iden, what's her name? So I think they did actually. I just didn't go that route. Yeah, Kyle was pretty cool. Yeah, for X-Wing. So yeah, here's the Emperor. He's pretty straightforward. He has a walking stick. I think he just did it to give him some variety when he looked like. But yeah, his card's pretty boss, as you would think, in close. He's actually, and I think I showed this during the last stream when I did the unboxing. He's got this one command card that's literally command an entire legion, that whatever the line is, which I'm butchering. And literally, that's what the card does. I shit you not. When you play that card, I can, during my command order, before you do any of yours, I can command every one of my troops. It's pretty fucking stupid how powerful it is. Like, obviously the initiative is the worst, but oh my god, I can command all my troops. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, point is just show the minis, so I'll show a lot of these different shots. So you can see detail. It's cool how all of them are different poses. So it's thematically that they all look a little different, but then you can also, know who's doing what, which is pretty cool. All right, so now the last thing I'm going to show you, because I don't want this, by no means the stream to be super long, is show you the bunker. So I didn't do an unboxing for the bunker because there's really nothing to show, because there's really no cards that, other than set up mission cards you can do if you're playing certain scenarios. But this bunker has a lot of cool different configurations you can do. And the main reason why I wanted to get it is just so I had a fucking another thing in the game that I could use to block line of sight. So I could have dudes behind and then behind line of sight. So you can't shoot them at all. It's not just like, oh, they're touching the wall so they have heavy cover. But the fact that you actually have no line of sight, you can't shoot at all. Another cool thing, though, is you can actually... Let me show you some shots first of it. Before I fucking wow you. So you have this huge piece you can use to, like, scale above and have light cover, or be on it and have heavy cover and just run around it. But the other really cool thing is, and I made sure I didn't fuck this up when I was building it, you can go inside it. Oh, fuck. I know, right? So what's cool is you can have dudes inside. It could be like, haha, now they'll come out. Or then you can have battles inside as well. And you're like, okay, well, how do you get inside? Well, first you have to, I guess the canon thing to do is you shoot the console instead of trying to decode it. But then, boom, you just go inside. Fucking cool. And then they also gave you a bunch of these different computer monitors that you can set it up in different configurations all around. Or one really cool thing you can do, let me set it on the phone for a sec, is because the little computer monitors, you can use it for other games, or just as like ways to decorate scenery, or use them for objectives. But what you can also do is set up bigger consoles. So that's modular, 6 different consoles, and you can put them together to make larger consoles, like you may have seen from like Mandalorian, or like when you went into the Death Star. So you can just set it up however you want. So I just made sure that, sorry, handshaking, that I didn't glue it together. Just that way you can just, it's modular. You can just kind of take it apart and build different things. Sort of thing. Yeah. So you can make different configurations and have people hide behind monitors and destroy monitors and shit. So another cool thing you can do is you had this back to it. And one of the things they also recommended is if you don't glue the back, then you can have it that people can actually go in and out the back too. So if I put this back on, you can have it be, people can enter from different ways too. So then just like a tactical like arena also. And another thing that the game recommended is the fact that if you actually bought, which I'm not going to do because as I said, I don't buy two of the same thing, is you can, if you don't glue the back, you can actually put two bunkers together. If you had two of these pieces, you could put them back to back to just have this ginormous bunker sort of thing. Or like you can just use this as another object. So you can just have like a wall somewhere and then people can run around and use it as cover. So I'm just like, oh my God, so many different ways you can use this piece just to add more variety to gameplay movement, which is cool. I like it. Then of course you can have the door be up or down or halfway or where the fuck you want to do. It's pretty cool. It's like getting a vehicle for your action figures. Of like, all right, I finally got or a playset. There you go, playset. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, right. Unreal Tournament. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it kind of makes me think of like laser tag too. The fact you have like this arena you can run around, as opposed to assault a bunker. So it's like multiple different ways you can do stuff. I like it. And I believe currently it's the only actual terrain piece that Atomic Mass actually made for Legion. Currently, if I recall. So that's when I saw that, I was like, oh shit. Gobble it up. But no, that's actually in a nutshell what I want to show you. This is all the newest miniatures that I put together. I'll definitely do another stream of these when I get another suite of Legion stuff. But this is what I had built most recently that I had obtained. During my next stream, I'm going to be showing some more miniatures, but it'll be of the new Marvel Crisis Protocol. Where you just think of the same deal, but instead of having squads, you have individual dudes. It gets more like doing like Capcom versus X-Men or something. And it's just a bunch of different Marvel characters running around doing shit, trying to do objectives. So I'll be doing an unboxing of that during my next stream, so definitely check that out if you want to see some Marvel stuff. But that's also a plastics game, so I'll have to assemble and glue, so there won't be anything built for that stream. It'll just be an unboxing, but expect videos of Crisis Protocol as well. What's cool about this is since these are smaller factions I have right now, because I'm still building these two new factions, is these can just be like the two groups, and you just play to try to assault to hold like domination mode the bunker. So yeah, cool shit. It could just be like a mini skirmish version of a Legion battle. Well, that's it. Well, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe here on twitch.tv/Ismortah, and have some more goodness in the future. And again, this is Ismortah, and thanks for watching.